Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's class, I'll be showing you how to create the registration forms. Okay, so these are all the first name is the label, the middle name is the label, and this is a text box, and this gender is again a label, and these three are nothing but the radio buttons, and so this is a label. This is an email box, and this is to read in the phone number. Okay, so this is created by using the select tag, and this is to take the phone number, and this is created by using the date type, and the address is taken by using the text area, and all these are taken by using the check boxes, and this is created by using the file type, and this is password is created by using the password type, and then the submit button and the reset buttons are created by using the type of submit and reset. Okay, so let me get into the notepad and show you how I created it. So let us create the registration form. So for that, I have opened my notepad. Inside the notepad, I am typing in the HTML here, and then I have put a head tag, and inside the head tag I am putting a title, and the title is registration form. Title is the registration form. Okay, and then I'm closing the title tag, and then close the head tag, and after closing the head tag I'm opening the body tag over here. So inside the body tag I'm creating my form, so I have put the form tag over here. So as you can see, so just take a look at this particular form here. So the registration form is having some line like this. Okay, so there is some border or a line, something like this. So I'll be creating that line by using a tag which is called as field set. Okay, so the field set tag will actually do that. So in here, I am using the tag which is called as the field set. Okay, so so there is some registration form written over there. So that is written in the legend tag. Okay, so I'm saying legend, and what I want to write. So what I want to appear. So I want registration form to appear on that. So I'm saying registration form. So let me close the legend tag. Okay, so I won't be closing the field set tag because all these input elements need to be there inside this field set. So after placing all these elements, then I will be closing the field set tag. So what is the next thing that is there in the form? So the first thing that is there in the form is a label. So I'm saying label, and this label I'm creating it for, I'll tell you what is for. So as of now, I'm saying label, and so this label should say that ask the user to enter the first name. So I just have given the first name, and then I'll be closing the label. Okay, and after the label, I'll be creating a text field. So I'm saying input, and then type is equal to, so what is the type? Type is equal to text. Okay, so this label is for this particular text field. So I'm giving an ID over here. So I'm saying this is T1. So inside the label, I am saying for is equal to T1. Okay, so this label is for this particular text field. That's it. Okay. So I'm closing this tag here. So as I do this, what will happen is a label which reads as first name, and then a text field will be created beside it. Okay. So I want the middle name as well. So I'll just copy this label and the text input tag both over here. I will be removing off this fur. So I just wanted to tell you what fur is used, and then that's the reason I just used it once. So I'm saying middle name, and then take off this ID also. So I don't want to complicate the things for you. So middle name and then the text. Okay. So after this, let me take one more label and one more text which will read as the last name. Okay. So last name and then I need a text box. So what I did here is, so in this particular code, I have actually created the first name and then a text box, middle name, and then a text box and last name and a text box. After doing all this, what I came to the next line. Okay. So to come to the next line, I need to use the tag which is called as the break tag. So I'm using the break tag. So I'm taking two breaks over here so that it will look neat. Okay. So then after that, I need one more label which will actually say gender. Okay. So copy this over here. And then what is this label? So this label should say gender. Okay. And if you want the registration form to be in bold, you can actually do that. So I'm putting the registration form in bold. Okay. So off the bold tag. So if you want even the labels to be bold, you can actually put bold over there. Okay. So then I said gender. After that, I need to create the radio buttons. To create the radio buttons, again, I'm taking this input over here. But here now the type will be radio. To create the radio buttons, I'll be using the type, radio. So here I'll be saying radio. So when I say radio, a radio button will be created. I don't want this break tags now. Okay, so I want mail radio button. So I'm saying radio button. After that, there is mail. So mail comes over here. So I want three radio buttons. So I'll be putting the next one to be female and the third one is others. Okay, other. Okay, so I have created three radio buttons here, but I need to group them, right? To group them, what I need to do is I need to say name is equal to, so say for example, I'm saying the name is equal to gender. Even here, the name need to be gender. So radio buttons are generally used to make a single selection among multiple selections. So that is possible only when you give the same name to all the radio buttons. So if you're not giving the same name to all the radio buttons will be created, but they will not be grouped together. So every option will be selected. So we don't want it that way, right? Okay, so I'm putting two breaks over here so that the next option will be neatly arranged. So what is the next option? So the next option is the email. So let me actually put a label. So take a label and put the email. So I'm just copying this over here. So I'm saying that this is email. So this is email. So what is the type over here? The type is email itself. Okay. So I'm taking off the name. Okay. That's it. So let me give, so there is no break there. So after that itself, I have given the phone number. So let me copy this label again over here. And what is the label now? So the label is the phone number. Okay. So I'm saying the label is the phone number. So the label is the phone number. So here I have made some selection, right? So to do that selection, so I need to use the select tag. So inside the select tag, I need to use the option tag. So I'm saying option. So give the code numbers of the telephone number code number country codes. Okay, so I'm giving the country codes of the telephone numbers. So which are 91. So I'm closing the option tag. So to give the next option, so I'm giving the next code. So maybe which is 12. Again, I need to off the option tag. So again, you need to open the option tag, give the code. So say I'm saying 78. and then give the and close the option tag. So by doing this, what will happen is like you are creating the select. So finally you need to off the select tag. So I just have off the select tag. After the select tag, what is there? So we need to give two breaks over here. So no, there is no break. So we are actually giving the phone, right? So you need to take the input type. So I'm taking the input type over here. So input type is equal to phone. So that's what I'll give it there. Okay. So type is nothing but phone. Okay. So then this will be created. So this text box will be created. So after this, which will be taking the phone number. So I'm specifically telling that it is phone type. So I'm giving two breaks, and after that, so I have one more label, so which will be reading as date of birth. So I'm taking one more label here. So this is my label. So what is this label? So this label will be reading the date of birth. Okay. So this is the date of birth, and now I need to take the input tag. So inside the input tag, I need to give here date. Okay, so I'm giving the date. So say for example, you can't register people who are less than 18 years of age. So you can give the max date of birth and all that. So I'm giving the max date of birth to be, say for example, I need to give the year and then the month and then the date. Okay. So I said maybe the maximum date should be 2010, 1 and 20. So they should be born before 2010. Okay, so something like that you can give. Okay, right. And so after giving the date of birth, so I'm having two breaks, and then now I need to give the address label. So to give the address label, again I'm taking the address over here, and so here in place of this date of birth, I'm giving the address. Okay, right. And after that, so I have some, you can see that I'm having a text area over here in which the user can type in the address. Okay, so to do that, I'm having a field which is called as, I'm having a tag which is called as text area. So I'm saying text area. Then I need to give the number of rows. So say for example, the number of rows here that I want to give is 4 rows, and then the number of calls is equal to, say for example, 75. Okay, so the number of columns are 75 and the rows are 4 rows. So I need to off the text area tag. So I'm just offing the text area tag. You can give it in this way, or else you can also give it in this manner. So I'm saying text area. So you can do the give the width and height by using the style attribute. So wherein I'm saying style is equal to width. So what is the width? Which is 300 pixel, and then I'm saying height is equal to, so say for example 200 pixel. Okay, so I can give it in this way, and again you need to close the text area tab. Okay, so you can give it in this way or in this way, anyone you can choose. Okay, so after the text area, so I have some check boxes. So to give in the check boxes, so I have a heading which is languages known. So I'm taking a label again. So herein I'm saying languages known, languages known. So what are the spoken languages that you know? So we'll be giving them as a list over here. So I need the check boxes. So what I'll do is I'm taking the input tag. So input, what is the type over here? So to create the check boxes, the type is the checkbox. So I have given the checkbox over here, and then give the language. So I'm saying English. Okay, fine. And I'm giving English. Okay, so here after the text area, I'm giving two breaks so that it will look neat and organized. Okay, so this is English. So let me actually take one more checkbox. Okay, so which reads as Hindi. Okay, I'm taking one more checkbox which reads as Telugu. Okay, so on. Okay, so these are the check boxes. After creating the check boxes, I am actually giving two breaks. Okay, so BR and BR. Okay, right. So what is there next? Next is photo. So let me take a label. So this is the label. So I am putting the label over here, which reads as photo. So if you want to upload the photo, you can do it here. So I'm taking the input tag. So inside the input tag, here for the file type, I need to give it as a file because you are giving it as a file type. Okay, so I said file. And then I'm giving two breaks over here. Okay, right. And then finally, I want to give the password. To give the password, again, I'm taking the label. So take the label over here. So give the label, which is nothing but the password. Okay, password. Okay, and I need to take the input tag again. So input type is equal to. Okay, so here I need to give it as pass. Here. So whenever I give it as password, so the characters will not be visible. In place of characters, some dot will be shown. So echo character over here is the dot. So this is the password. So after that, again, I'm having one more label and one more password field for the confirmation of the password. So I'm giving that. So here in I'll say confirm password, and then I'm taking the password field. Finally, what do I have? Um, so finally, what do I have? So I'm having the submit button and the reset buttons. To do that, again, I'll be taking the input tag. So in the input tag, so I'm saying type is equal to, so which is nothing but submit. So when I do this, a submit button will be created. So it needs to be done after it. So I'm giving two breaks before the confirm password and then the submit button. So next to the submit button, I'm having the again another button which is the reset button. So here I'm saying type is equal to reset. Okay, so I'm saying type is equal to reset. So after doing this, so my entire registration form elements are placed into it. So now what I'll do is I'll be closing the field set because I opened it. I'm closing it. So this is the field set, and then I need to off the form tag. So I just off the form tag, and then I need to off the body tag, and then I need to off the HTML tag. Okay, so well friends, this is my entire code for creating the registration form. So let me actually now save this and show you how the registration form looks like. So I am saving this. So on the desktop, I am saying rf.html, so which is registration form. So I'm saving it. Okay, so this is rf. So I just have launched this. Okay, so this is your registration form. See here for the address, we have given two text areas, right? So this is the first text area wherein I have given the rows and columns. This is the second one wherein I have given the width and height in the style. So if you want, you can just take it off. Let me just remove one text area. So I'll be removing the second one. Okay, so this I am removing it, and after this label, address label, I'll be putting a break so that it comes in the next line. Okay, so this is how actually you check and you debug and then style it accordingly. So you can see that address, after address, the text box have come, text area have come, and after this let me put a break. After the text area, let me put a break. Okay, so I'm putting two breaks over here. Okay, save this, refresh this. Okay, so now it is perfect. So I have the address and the language is known and all that. So say for example, here I'm typing my name. So the middle name, okay, so I'm typing some middle name and then the last name and all that. So when I click on the reset button, see what happens. The all the data that you have entered will be taken off. Okay, it will clear the data that you already have entered. Now coming to male, female and others, these are the radio buttons. So only one option you can select. So male, if I'm selecting, then the other two will be in the deselected mode. So if I'm selecting female, so then only one option, male will be deselected. If I'm not grouping them together, say for example, here I'm not grouping them together. How did I group the radio buttons? I grouped the radio buttons based on the gender. Say for example, for this male, I have taken off the name. Okay, so it's not in this particular group. So now say for example, so I'm refreshing it. So I selected male and I can also select a female. So both have selected. Why both the things have selected is because here this male is not under this particular group, which is gender group. Okay. So I have given name is equal to gender, name is equal to gender in the female and others. But I didn't give name is equal to gender in the male type, male radio type. So that's why male is not grouped in the female and others, but others and female will be grouped. Okay, so because they both are having the same. So it is important that you actually group them by using the name attribute. So I need to, this is important whenever you're creating the radio buttons. Okay, so now coming to the email. So let me refresh this. So now only one option can be selected. Okay, so you cannot um, okay, so let me refresh this. Okay, so fine. So mail, so only one option will be selected. Okay, now coming to email. So say for example, I'm saying Sudha, and if I just I didn't if I just hover my mouse here, so it is saying please include an at the rate in the email address. Sudha is missing an at the rate. So email, because I have given the type over here for the email for as the input type to be email over here. So you can just see here email. So it will be looking for the syntaxes of the email, that the at the rate, the at the rate symbol and all that it will looking. It will look after that. Okay, so now coming to the phone number. So this is the uh, drop down list that I have created, and you can make a selection accordingly. Okay, so you can make a selection accordingly. The first one will be by default selected over here, but if you want say for example here 91, 12 and 78 are there. So if you want 12 to be here by default, you can actually go to the option over here. So I want the 12 to be selected. So I can say selected here in the options. So let me save this. So now 91 will go off and 12 will be here. So you can see 12 appeared here. Okay. So by default, the first option will be here, will appear here. But if you want the other option, any one of the option to appear, which is not the first option, you can use this selected attribute. Okay, right. So the next is the type phone. So you can enter the phone number over here. Okay, so it will be taking the phone number. So here the date of birth is the date which is type date. So I have given, so you can see that the type is date over here. So the date will be like this. Okay, so day, month and year. And I have given the maximum date. So just take a look at over here. So I have given the maximum date to be 20th January 2010. Okay, so you can see that after 20th January 2010, all the dates are disabled because I have set the maximum to be 20th January 2010. Okay, so max is used for that. And the next field is the address field. So the address field is a text area with some rows and columns in it. So the next is the languages known. So the languages known is the checkbox wherein I can select multiple options. I can select all, or I can select one, or I can select how many ever I want. It is an opposite of the radio button. In the radio button, you can select only one option. In the check boxes, you can select multiple options. So this is the languages known field in the registration form. Next comes the photo. So to actually take the photo, you need to choose a file, right? So you'll be choosing it from your desktop or from your drives and from your system's file system. You'll be from your PC's file system. You'll be choosing the file. So that's why here I am saying the photo. Whenever you are saying, see, as soon as I click, it is asking you to choose a file from my computer. Okay, so this is the type file. So um, you can see that over here. Okay, so photo is chosen from your PC's file system. So I'm saying file. Okay, so from it you can choose it. You need to put the type to be file. Okay, so the next is the password field. So inside the password fields, whatever I type will not appear. Okay, so will not be seen. So why it is not seen is because password is a security system, so wherein you don't want eavesdroppers or somebody who is behind you to note down your password. Okay, so the echo character here is the dot. When I click on this I symbol over here, so I'm getting the original letters that I have typed. Okay, so when I disabled it, I'm getting a echo character here. So confirm password is again a text field, is a password field wherein I'm typing the same password. Okay. So after typing in all the data, so I need to click on the submit button. So here we didn't add any action to the submit button. So that's why it just is staying in the same web page itself. Okay. So reset will actually see I have typed something in the password, and when I click on the reset, it is clearing of all the data that I have entered. And finally, I have closed the field set wherein all these elements have come into this particular field. And finally, I have off the form tag and then the body tag. So this is the registration form. So if you want to add any action to it, you can do it in the form tag, so which I'll be discussing in my next video. Thank you for watching.